Angry guy here, and Drake joins Pastor Bros and leaves America. I'm not joking. I'm very, very serious. This is literally happening. More and more men are jumping on the bandwagon and saying, you know what? Enough is enough. We are done with this and we're out. We're out. So Drake, the rapper, you have to know who that is. He basically has left America. He's done with America, and he's joining the Pastor Bros.
Oh, that's good, everybody. It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Yesterday, I did a story on my O'Shea Duke Jackson channel about Kenny Smith, who is dating a Brazilian model. Now, some of you guys told me that Brazilian model is now in Miami, but it goes to the point that a lot of American men who are rich and affluent are looking at other opportunities, right? Here's what is being said about the passport bros. These guys can't make it in America. These guys can't do very well here, so they're being cowards because they're broke, or they're not talented, or whatever you might want to say that makes sense to you. Because people can say anything about why you're doing something. How do you explain this then? Drake is rich. Drake is successful. Most of you could live 30 times in 30 lives, and in one lifetime you can't achieve what Drake has achieved. You can't do it. Okay, that's how much money Drake has. And what is the story going on about Drake? Drake is leaving America. How do we know this? How do we know this? Drake has liquidated all of his U.S. properties. The last one is his Beverly Hills estate for $88 million, the last of his properties in the country. He's 36. He has no intentions of buying any property in the United States soon. He's moving back to Toronto. Now, he only purchased this. He bought it from $75 million this last year. But he's liquidating all of the stuff here. This is Drake, where money is not an option. Drake, who's super rich and wealthy. Drake, who custom built a basketball court inside of his house. Drake. Now, why is Drake leaving America? Is it money?
You see, guys, what's really happening here right now is that no matter how much money these guys have, these guys are getting fed up with the United States. All right, the United States is a place where people can make money, but there's a lot of there's no happy. Increasingly, there is no happiness here. The only people who are thriving here are essentially women that are just living off men, living off the government, sucking the wealth out of this country and pouring it back into the hands of companies. I mean, the only thing that lives in America today is consumerism. Women. I mean, the only people that are happy in this terrible the way we are today are women. They're the only ones. They sleep with whomever they want, and they're getting whatever they want. Men are miserable here. Men are absolutely miserable here. I mean, the only thing you can do is just make some money, and that's about it. And the money you make is not even enough for the average woman. I want y'all to remember, when Drake started out, Drake was corny. All right, when Drake started out, Drake was corny, and you know what? Drake is still corny. If Drake lost all of his money tomorrow, nobody would want him. All these women would be like, "Oh, he's corny again." Drake was corny from the very beginning, and he's still corny. Drake has always been Drake. All right, it's amazing what this man has achieved in his lifetime. All right, being authentic to his corniness. Okay, and the crazy thing is that if Drake was not wealthy, like, I mean, no one would want him. None of these women would want him. You literally have to be worth like 300, 400, 500 million dollars to get the attention of some of these women. All right, and why the hell would the average guy even think about glancing at these women? All right, Seriously, seriously, it's absolutely ridiculous. Drake isn't getting these women because he's good looking, or he's not ugly. All right, but I'm just pointing this out to you. He's not getting them because he's tall. He's not short. He's pretty. He's like, I think he's like six something. The reason why he's getting these women though is because of the money and fame. All right, take that away, they wouldn't want to deal with him. If he was a dude making $50,000 a year, even $100,000 a year, a lot of women wouldn't even glance his way. They call him, "Oh, he's too corny. He's too corny. Drake's too corny." I mean, he is still corny. All right, I'm telling y'all, men are at their complete wits, and they're like, you know what, we're done with this shit right now. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, you need to subscribe to this channel and also turn on notifications and never miss another video ever again. And also like the video if you're enjoying this. Guys, Drake is pissed. Men like Drake are pissed off. That's why the pastor bro movement keeps on growing rapidly.
Money? Is it taxes? Or is it that Canada has a better quality of life? This is what I'm trying to get to. Even the rich men don't feel safe in America. Now, I know Canada is not much better, but it's better, it seems, in the United States. And I want to also build on this. If Drake is saying this, then what about the other people? You see, Kenny Smith is now dating a Brazilian who's speaking only in Portuguese on her Instagram. What about the other black men out there? Why are they leaving America also?
You know what's interesting? Somebody left a comment on my channel saying that the black guys that are going overseas are going over there for sex tourism, and that, you know, these guys, they can't speak Spanish, so, you know, they're getting screwed over there. And I'm telling, and it's crazy. A lot of these men don't realize. These people that are doubting these pastor bros, they don't realize. I've seen like so many videos of these black guys speaking Spanish. Like, they'll let you know, if you want to get what you're supposed to get, you need to learn the language. I've seen a lot. There's a ton of these videos where these black guys are speaking Spanish. All right, these men are rapidly learning Spanish. That's amazing. They are learning an entire second language rapidly, so they can go overseas and find a quality woman. All right, and get what they want. That shows you just how high value these men are. These men are the smartest. They're the most intelligent. They're the highest educated, and and socioeconomically, they're the best equipped of the African American community. And these are the men that are going over to Brazil. These are the men that are going over to DR. These are the men that are going over to the Philippines or Thailand and getting wives and marrying rapidly. All right. And like, you know, when you hear about these men, you talk about how women treat them over there. They say women treat them like kings. They get king treatment. All right. And, you know, one dude said that, like, after being treated like that in the U.S., you know, overseas, he said that he won't tolerate anything less. He will not tolerate anything less. And these women here in America, they think they're queens. Y'all aren't queens. You don't have a kingdom. It's like some Dragon Ball Z Vegeta bullshit. You know, Vegeta's out here talking shit, still talking shit like Prince of all Saiyans. Bro, you're Prince of no one. Planet Vegeta got destroyed long ago, man. Let it go. You're Prince of no one. You know, take the L. And these women, they don't get it. They really don't get it. Just because the government is subsidizing their living, they think they're queens. No, you're not. You're queen of nothing. You're queen of nothing. You're queen without a. You're what? Queens without a king. All right. You consider the beta males your servants, but the reason why you're panicking over the passport bros is because once the beta males leave y'all, you don't have shit.
Is it now because they're broke? Well, if somebody like Drake is leaving America, it can't be because of money. Drake has the best attorneys in the world. He has the best tax planners in the world. So he can, money's not an option. Drake makes money hand over fist because it's something else there outside of money that money cannot buy. Let me just tell you this. Money can be made almost anywhere now. And a lot of men, especially black men in the world today, and I would consider Drake to be identifiably black. Money isn't everything. Quality of life is important, more important than that. And so when you see these guys who are achieving,
it's crazy how you have guys who are as rich as Drake, but living better than some of these guys are living in America. I'm so serious. Like, you've got some people living in America spending like $20 million for like a fucking shack. I'm like being so serious, like spending like $20 million for like a fucking shack, like a fucking shack in LA. Like, what the fuck is this? Oh, it costs $20 million and blah 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 blah. Like, bro, this is a fucking shack. This is a fucking shack. You don't even have a swimming pool in here, man. You know, it's like this is a fucking shack. You go to another country, like you find out what a real mansion is like. Like, how much does it cost to rent this place? $1,000 a month. $1,000 a fucking month, guys. When I lived overseas, I used to pay, what's it, like a buck 80, 180 or less a month for a two-bedroom house, and not an old house, a new house. All right, like I literally paid nothing in rent. I was living almost. It was almost like living rent free. It was ridiculous. I paid nothing in rent. I paid almost nothing in rent. I paid almost nothing for water. I had to pay for sanitation, which was nothing. It was literally nothing, like what, $25, $30 every 6 months, if that, and or less than that. It was literally nothing. And then what else did I pay for? And the only thing that was a little expensive was electricity. All right, that's the only thing that was a bit costly. Like if I wasn't careful, my electric bill could be really high, and I could end up spending something like $50 to $100 a month. For me, that was expensive. I don't want to spend $50 a month or $100 a month on electricity. I mean, yeah, it was like 50 a month. Like I don't want to spend like 150 on electricity over 3 months. But that for me would be expensive. Aside from that, no, everything else was dirt cheap. I had literally had water being delivered to my door. I had water delivered to my door, so I always had fresh water. I had cartons filled with water. All right, my life was good. So I'm just like letting y'all know. People don't realize how different life is outside of the United States. You go to a nice restaurant. You can go to a nice restaurant, take your girl out with you, and for $10, you guys have a full meal. $10, y'all have a full meal between the two of you. It's really that serious in some places. You spend $10, you'll have a full meal between you. I used to have steak. I used to go out for steak, and I would have giant steaks at steakhouses. And some of y'all remember this because y'all were the ones buying me steak dinners. And for like $30, I would have like two giant, well-made steaks, ribeye, a ribeye, and I can have a ribeye, and also New York. All right, and I would eat well. I would eat fucking well. I'd put butter on that motherfucker, and I'd get the fattiest pieces, and I'd eat that motherfucker. And it was good. Life was good. Life was really really good before the pandemic. And I'm getting myself right back to that shit too. I'm telling y'all, this is a little hard for me because I'm gonna have to settle down. Gonna have to settle down and have a wife, but it's hard. I'll be grateful for it, because I was living a wild life. You know, I mean, overseas I fucked like over 200 women. And it wasn't bad, but I'm gonna have to calm down. You know, it's like guys, like out of the United States, women treat you differently. They treat you differently. Like in America, you know, it's so strange. Like a woman will just like look at your dick for a while. Like she'll look at your dick like, is that good enough for me? Like, bitch, fuck you. Fuck you. I had a girlfriend once, right? And I said to her, "You must be happy." And she goes, "Why?" Because look at my size. And she goes, "What about it? You're long, maybe, but that's about it." I'm like, "Bitch, you long? That's not enough." Guys, long wasn't listen. Long wasn't enough for her. You need to have some extra girth too. Like, fuck you, bitch. Fucking hallway, bitch. All right. I'm telling y'all, American women they're done. They're done, 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 done. Their replacements are here. Their replacements are here. They need none or very minimal makeup. They're slim and trim. Their hair is real. They use real coconut oil in their hair. All right. They all right. They don't age. They don't age like raisins. Okay. Their replacements are here. The replacements are here. The replacements are here. And women need to wake up and realize their replacements are here. Men aren't fucking around anymore. Men aren't putting up with the shit anymore. Guys like Drake are getting the fuck up out of here. Because, like, there's no happiness in the United States anymore. It's a miserable place. It's just, it's not happy. The only people that are happy here are women. And guess what? As men walk away, labor is going to skyrocket. All right, because the men that are left behind, they're gonna charge and they're gonna charge good. And you know what's fucked up? Could you imagine this shit? A guy is a roofer and he has his wife in the Philippines, and so he knows how to do roofing, but he's not gonna make any money in the Philippines, so he still has to come back to the U.S. So what does he do? When he used to charge, now all these Americans are gone, and there's not enough roofers. So when he does come back to the U.S., what he used to charge, let's say maybe 500 to do, now he's charging 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000. All right, now he's charging like $5,000 for what he used to charge maybe 500, maybe 750 to do. And if you don't like it, get the fuck out of his face, because he's only going to do a couple of jobs while he's in the U.S. because he needs to get back over there to his wife and his children, because his children need to see him and he doesn't have time for this bullshit. All right. And if you don't like his fucking quote, don't waste his fucking time, because he did you a favor coming out. He did you a favor coming out. All right. Don't waste his fucking time. All right. And listen, don't call him again. Don't call him again, because he's going to the next customer and they're going to make sure that they pay him right. All right. Because he's one of the few roofers out there, one of the few roofers working, experienced roofers. That's another thing. You're gonna have a lot of these little boys running around playing roofers too, doing these jobs, because a lot of the experienced dudes are getting the fuck up out of here too and move it on. So you gotta have a lot of little boys playing doctor, playing roofer, playing machinist, playing welder, because they don't have a lot of experience, playing electrician, because all the experienced guys are getting the fuck out of there and going over to the Philippines, going over to Thailand, and getting themselves wives and children, and starting over. And they're like, starting life. I was like, starting life. All right, and they're only gonna come back and work very small number of hours. Like they're only gonna come back and work a couple of months out of the year, like maybe 2-3 months out of the year. And those 2-3 months, they're taking back with them a good $100,000 to $150,000, a good $100,000 to $150,000. They're not fucking around. All right, and don't waste their fucking time. That's really how it's gonna go down. It's really how it's gonna go down. Hey guys, I just want to show you some of the great exclusives you can find on patreon.com/angry guy. We have new videos such as passport grannies are using poor blokes for sex overseas, hero dad unalives a pedophile, people are still living in extreme fear of COVID, leftover women are growing, and of course, 7 kids by 7 baby mamas. Tyrone is a menace. This is a video that was too hot for YouTube. And we have other videos as well that are exclusive to our Patreon members. So go ahead and check out Patreon, patreon.com/angry guy. The link is in the description of the video. Enjoy. So y'all, you will have to find a way to provide for yourselves remotely. Like, a lot of people are going to have to start doing this going forward. Like, you're going to have to learn how to work remotely. That's something that I've been trying to teach a lot of guys how to do. You guys have to learn how to do it. Learn how to work remotely, because you can work from anywhere in the world. Just being an American citizen opens a lot of doors for you. All right, and that's something that a lot of guys need to learn how to do. For example, some of you are like, well, what jobs could I do in the Philippines? A lot of y'all you can even work for Amazon. It's crazy to hear it like this. Amazon, there's Amazon account agents, right? And you can make $46,000 a year starting out. That's just a very basic thing for some people. Like some people like here right now, like, what could I do? What can I do to pull in $40,000-$50,000 a year? That's just an example. You can work a regular job from the Philippines, working 40 hours a week, all right, for Amazon, and pull in almost $50,000 a year, all right. But you're over there in the Philippines with your family, and that money is going to go very, very far. And that's just working for a company. That's just work. There's a lot of customer service jobs like that. There are also other jobs that you can do where you work for yourself, freelance jobs. Those are some of the best jobs. Drop shipping is one of the great. Is incredible. All right, if you learn how to do drop shipping properly, which is something I might start teaching you guys how to do, that's one way you can make money. All right, investing in crypto is good, but I'm not big on day trading crypto. You're not going to make money day trading crypto. You can make money day trading crypto, but that's not how I'm not going to teach you guys to do that because you have to use bots and all kinds of bullshit. No, you learn how to like make money actually offering a service, and that's stuff that I'm going to start teaching you guys how to do, so that you can learn how to work remotely, make money remotely, and don't have to like even worry. So you can go over to these countries and just stay there. Right? A lot of guys live on 750 a month, can live on 750 a month and live comfortably on that. You have some money, you have money in the bank. Let's say you go over there, you have $20,000 in the bank. That's your savings, bro. All right, and then you have your hustle online. You're pulling in 1,000, $1,500, you know, 2 grand a month. You're fine. That's more than enough to live very comfortably with a wife and child. All right, because your housing expenses are going to be very cheap. We're talking about like $200 a month for rent for just a nice house. All right, if you want like something near the beach, then maybe like $1,000. You like I'm talking like expensive bachelor's pad and everything, like something really huge, like that's yeah. But for something just normal, oh come on, and really nice, like $200, and you will live very very well. And then we're talking, and then that includes transportation for your car and everything else. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I mean, you're gonna live a nice, comfortable, simple life. You're gonna have everything you need, and almost practically everything you could want. You're gonna say everything you could want. Matter of simple creatures. You have your electronics. You have your PlayStation. Got your television setups, and you have your home set up really nicely, and you have your wife or your child. You have a car, and your a motorcycle, which are cheap over there, like maybe $1,000 each. You don't need much. You don't need anything else. You'll be happy. You get around. You don't need much. You know, life is good. You can go out, you eat. And the thing is, your wife, these women in the Philippines, they're great cooks, so you don't have to. You're not constantly eating out. She's going to. There will always be food in the house. It's like something amazing. Like there will always be food in your house. You will not be like a fucking pauper in your fucking house. There will always be food in the fridge. There will always be food in your house. You'll open your fucking fridge, and you're like, oh my god, there's all this food in here. Okay, that's just how they roll over there. Anyway, guys, if you want to watch the full video, going more into why Drake is leaving America, you can watch more of it. I'm going to link that in the description of the video. But guys, men are done with this shit. Drake has joined the Pastor Bros and is leaving America, selling his last piece of property and getting the fuck out. And he has a kid that I believe was born here in the U.S. So I don't know how he's going to work that out. But he's going back to Toronto, and he's not. And that's it. You know, just think about that very, very carefully. People are tired of the bullshit. Don't be surprised if Justin Bieber says, "Fuck this shit. I'm going back. I'm going out. I'm going home as well." Because America's become an extremely miserable place to live. I mean, Canada is not perfect, but I'll tell you right now, like compared to like the crazy shit that's happening in America right now, we're in the midst of a mental health crisis. All right, this doctor, the Surgeon General, is calling it an epidemic of loneliness. No, it's an epidemic of mental illness caused by people living in isolation for so long, wearing things all over their faces that made them like they were like zombies, and I mean all these things that were done. That hurt people psychologically, damage them psychologically, and now everyone wants to act like, oh, we should just get back to normal and act like nothing ever happened. And we've known for quite some time. I mean, even the children, you're going to see like lots of, it's going to really we're going to see in the coming years of how this thing has really impacted children. And it's that fell behind, like you're going to have severe communication disorders more than likely. And of course you're going to have the people like the boomers, like the children will be all right. Bullshit. And then all of a sudden, like, you have like millions of children that are struggling to communicate, millions of children that are struggling, like displaying damn near autism, and you're like, where the fuck did this come from? That's a subject for another video, guys. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. Drizzy Drake, is that how they call it? Drizzy Drake joins the official Password Bros and leaves America I want to know what y'all think about this. If and we'll talk more about it. We'll talk more about it in the comments. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers, guys. Go and check out Patreon also. Great videos on Patreon and allows you to support the channel.